Kitties. Psst, psst. Kitties. What you doing? Oh, thank you. Hello and good morning. So I pulled out some cards. We did prayers last night and a ritual to ask for healing for Mother Earth, because Chief Arval Looking Horse from the Lakota Native American tribe was asking for global prayers for Mother Nature because it's, torn apart. So I pulled some cards because last night after our prayers and ritual, I had almost like it was like a dreamlike state when it was happening, but I felt like I was seeing people that I felt a connection with, almost as if maybe my ancestors or maybe the ancestors of the earth. I don't know, but it was a very loving feeling. So I pulled these cards and I'm staring at the spread, and there's so much love here. There's so much. Now, I'm not big on doing the whole relationship ones. What are you doing, you weirdo? I find that to be a touchy subject. Plus, just like anything else, your path can always change depending on our feelings. Like, our feelings change depending on the situation too. But this, I think, is an overall reading of it kind of goes in tune with my previous reading where I said about your gestational period that you were getting down on yourself mentally, you were exhausted. That period is this. I think this is confirmation that it's actually over. So we got the Page of Cups, the Three of Pentacles, the Ten of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, and then my final was the Star. So I feel a lot of love here. So I feel like the Page of Cups represents that fire energy. And Jackson's here today. Say hi, Jackson.
Hi, Dad. Hi.
The Page of Cups comes in. You've overcome that gestational period to where you're feeling a little at peace, like almost inner childlike, like you're just not stressing so much, like you've been told not to do, that you were doing, but you're not stressing so much. So this is a good thing. The ivy vines growing up in the background against the trellis. There's a lot of green popping out in the card, and gold. But he is very still holding the cup, so it's almost as if it's showing, your patience, like your everything, even though you've been through a lot and now you're getting out of that slump, you've had a lot of patience. So you're standing there very calm, collective. Your heart is full. Now that you've gotten out of that gestational period, your heart is full. Three of Pentacles is showing to me the work that you put in. So even though you were in that gestational period, now that it's brought you here, that was actually a lot of work. So you are showing off the work that you put in mentally, spiritually, within yourself, with everything that you've been going through. And you can clearly how he's like winging them out, you know, like he's got one in his hand and the two are hanging up, almost like proud. Green representing your due diligence of work, or your like what you've done for yourself. You have brought prosperity to you here and here. And then the Ten of Swords, I kind of get the feeling, if you look, they're hovering over him with the light, and then there's the deer, the buck in the background. Deer are always good signs. The Ten of Swords, for this reading, I feel pertains to the end. So to me, it's confirming that that gestational period is complete, and that's why you reach the point of feeling at peace with it is what it is, you know, such is life kind of feeling, but in a good way. So now you're looking towards progress. You're looking towards what you can work towards because you've thought about it, you've contemplated it. So now this is the end of the cycle. You know what you need in here, your mind, body, and soul. You know that. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's actually a good thing, because it's the death of that time frame of yourself of feeling down and out and no energy. So I get a good feeling from that. With the Ace of Pentacles coming out after the Ten of Swords, that's another reason why I feel that it is the death of something, because this is, in a sense, representing a new beginning, which again, if you look at the card, it's all green. You put your work in, green, 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 green. So you put your work in, the death of your stress, the death of knowing that you need to let go and move forward, allowed this new beginning to come into what's the word? Fruition? I don't know. But it's very green. It's very vibrant. It's kind of expressing to me the happiness that you're now feeling. And I don't feel like this is just one thing. I feel as though by you ending that cycle that you needed to end, and then it brought upon the new beginnings, the new start of things, I feel as though this is it's pushing towards a new, it's almost like a rebirth of, in a sense, of yourself. So it's bringing upon good things, because when you let go of what you needed to let go of, that's what was holding you back. That's what was keeping you from seeing your fresh start, your new beginnings, your progress, the work that's in front of you that you really want to do, that makes you happy. So this came out after the Ace of Pentacles. Then came the Ace of Cups, which confirms to me that this is right, because the Ace of Cups is the cycles, and then the all-seeing eye, beaming 3 beams of light, 3 of Pentacles, 3 beams of light. They have a connection. So you've gone through a cycle, just like our Earth does, just like the sun and the moon does. You've gone through this cycle. So again, it confirms you've done it. You've gone past that cycle. Now, it might not seem much to you because you feel like you probably didn't get much done, or that you didn't do much. But this is kind of confirming to me that out of everything that's going on in your life, one of the most important things was to connect to yourself, to be able to process this cycle and learn from it and come out better. And it also represents fertility. Bless you. Feminine energy, yes.
I'm right here. Look.
Yeah.
What? Why is it black?
And it's funny that I'm doing this reading, and this is like the card that represents childlike, and then he just happens to pop in. I usually try to do this without him being around, because I'm afraid that he won't behave, but he's being good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Good job. So yes, you have completed a life cycle, and this is why it feels very happy and very soul-like, because this cycle was necessary for your mind, your body, and your soul. This was not a cycle of I'm going to get a new job because I need money, because a lot of us are in that situation, or um, friendships or love or anything like that. Like, don't get me wrong, these represent a lot of love, new relationships, or renewal in an old relationship that will get better. But I feel that this is a more personable reading to someone, of confirming to you that you've reached your cycle. You went through the phase. You went through the phase of darkness. You went through the phase of wanting to give up. I also feel that when I talk about the darkness, because of everything you've been through the last couple of years, this darkness is what that brought you into, but it was necessary to let go of what you needed to let go of. You're a different person now mentally. I'm sorry, I hate saying but I'm trying to like say it as it's coming to me. You're a different person now in all aspects. It's even down to things that you want or have wanted. You either want them even more now because you feel a stronger connection to them, or you're feeling like, that would be great and I always wanted that, but now I see the bigger picture and maybe I don't want that. So this cycle is amazing. Like, whoever this reading is for, you've done it. You were in a spiritual battle within yourself, within your mind, within your emotions, within the work that you feel you need to get involved in, and you've done it. You overcame it. Your new beginnings you have a fresh slate, basically. A fresh start. So this cycle it was necessary. Don't switch them up. I need this one, buddy. This is the one that came out. You can look at those, but I need these, okay? Don't touch those. Yeah, this cycle is basically your holy grail. You needed to go through this cycle, and it was literally, as this card shows as well, it was literally the actions of how this was going to come, how this was going to end, literally depended on you, because this card also stands as like a warning that your actions will put you wherever what's the word? Your actions are going to lay out what your fate is going to be. So if you choose to do nothing, then nothing's going to come of it. But I know that stuff came of it and I know that this is representing more of like the death of what you let go of, what you've overcome, to start anew, a fresh slate, because then you get the Ace of Pentacles out, and it's just so happy, and it's got balance. The light like the sun, but then the moon's in the background, but it's daylight. You have found balance within your inner peace that you were lacking because of everything that was going on, because then your Holy Grail comes out showing that it was a cycle. You needed to go through it, but you should feel better. You should feel that like you can breathe better. You should feel almost like a sense of peace more so than anything. And then I always split the deck in threes for my last and final card. Oop, and it came out the Star. So it's just confirming everything that this whole entire reading is saying. It's crazy. There's a lot of feminine energy. I feel there's a lot of like fertility, and the fertility could mean two things. It could mean the birth, but the birth of what? That's where the two things come in. Sometimes it can mean the birth of a child. At other times, it can be the birth of yourself. of your new you, your new beginning, your new slate, your new journey that you were on in this life now that you've gone through the cycles that you needed to go through. But it all ties in together because, like I said, the 3 beams, the work that you are putting in, the 3. So that's good. This is a really good reading. Really, really good reading. So this is confirming that you possibly had a couple of breakdowns, more so with yourself, but it's very, very important to remember that even if people don't understand you, sometimes you need to hear yourself. This is what I'm getting from this. Sometimes you need to hear yourself when you're either complaining, crying, venting about something. That's why it's very important for people like that, and I'm one of them, where you're either going to say what you need to say, either to yourself or someone else, and actually listen, or the best way to do it is actually to write it down. Because then you can go back and read it, and it'll hit you in a different way, because now you're reading what you were thinking at that moment. But it's all good. It's all good. Rundown, Page of Cups, innocence, purity. You're at ease with everything. You're looking at life in a better aspect. And then your work comes in, that you've done the work. I mean, you still have work to do, because now you have a new path, a new start, a new journey to do. But you have all the tools to make things beautiful, to make what you want to make. You've ended that cycle that you were in of the gestational period. And now you're more spiritually inclined. You're more connected within yourself, because this shows new beginnings. So you have let something go that was holding you back from being that childlike, happy self. But now you can. And with the reward of your work. So your work will give you your strength, your power. You'll feel better about it. You've dedicated. You've gotten your time frames down with things. You've put more time into stuff a little bit. That meant something to you. Even if it wasn't necessarily on your list of things to do, it meant something to you. So you felt better afterwards. Your Holy Grail comes out, confirming that that cycle was there. It was meant to happen. And that now you were sitting pretty with one giant cup of fertility, of new beginnings. And then fertility again of just everything is good. Love, unconditional love, your connection within yourself, her third eye glowing. Your connection within yourself is much, much stronger now. But now your path is a little bit different. You're on a little bit of a different journey now. So I wanted to see, because I know with spring and summer coming, there is many, many, many more animals coming out. So I feel as though animals are, and this has been a thing, they're showing themselves to send a message. After we did our ritual or blessing last night, I went outside this morning to say goodbye to PJ, and there was a toad on the porch. And toads can mean many things depending on your background, your culture. But overall, they mean new beginnings. They mean fertility. Like, this is what's coming out in the card. They mean, definitely fertility, because they produce many, many babies at once. That's why they'll never go extinct. But new beginnings, rebirth, it's crazy. And then I decided to do a reading. But I just wanted to see if there was an animal willing to come out as a totem for whoever has just gone through this cycle and ended that you may possibly call upon. If you feel like you're slipping a little bit, if you feel like you're not really, staying on the cycle that you wanted to stay on. Maybe there's something you can call upon to help you get through that. We have an animal. Yes, we do. Oh!
Yeah. Animal.
Yeah.
We
Okay,
have
so let me show you the
another
card.
We have another animal.
It's a lynx.
Mommy, have another animal.
Yeah. And secrets. There's a lot of aqua. But then there's also fire. So again with the balance. All in itself with just the colors itself. But there is... It's weird. She looks like some sort of... like a goddess almost. I'm taking in the card. Lynx. Well, I know that's not the lynx's hands. Because I'm pretty sure they don't look like that. I'm not really sure what that is. Aqua, water. Again, with the water, the fertility and the fire of the childlike innocence. But secrets? Why secrets? Maybe perhaps this is representing that you're able to face your fears, your secrets. You have the fire energy of a lynx to be able to grab on to those secrets and know what needs to come out and what doesn't.
There's another one here. Here, can we do that one?
Let me see. I want to look at the book to get a little more information. Because what the card means in general, plus compared to what it means with this reading, because I had asked for an animal that you could call upon, and behind the lynx looks like fire, but the lynx's head is on top of this aqua ball with what looks like a goddess with the colored leaves on her face. Oh, I was right. It's goddess Demeter. Chicken. Okay, so, all right, so I was on the right path. It says, after man has suffered many famines, the goddess Demeter decided to share the secrets of agriculture with humans. There was a sacred field of wheat, grain, and Ulysses that when it grew was golden. As it was enchanted, it would grow and prosper, always providing enough to eat. Okay. All right, so the secrets part, from what I'm getting from this, with this, I know, buddy, but that's not the card. I'm doing this one, bud. The secrets when it comes to this card is this new beginning, this cycle that you've ended, to this new start, this opening up of your third eye, the awakening of your spirit in this world as it is today, this new journey that you've chosen. The lynx is the power animal due to the fact that you have learned a lot through this cycle. There's been a lot of trial and error. There's been a lot of regret or holding things back or not saying what you need to say, which I kind of feel like whoever this reading is for, that you keep your emotions to yourself and you don't really express how you feel or how something bothers you, because you're the one that's always trying to be the strong one. You're the one that always feels like you have to be there for everyone else, but with you going through this cycle, you've learned that there are things that are meant to be said, and then there are things that are not meant to be said. And sometimes you have to have the courage to just get it out. Even if you just say to somebody like, hey, listen, I need to vent. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want your opinion on it. It's not anything, I'm not being nasty. I need to get it out. And I think that's what you learned during this cycle, was that you were holding way too much in that kept you from this innocence. You were hiding from the truth of what was going on within your mind. But let me read more about the Lynx. Your word is your bond. Do not gossip or entertain gossip, as all may not be as it seems. Be shrewd about who you share your confidential information with. A little mystery can be a good thing, but keeping secrets that are detrimental to others may not be. There is some news worth sharing, but discerning. So the news, yeah, you have a gift. And there are times where it seems that things are completely out of proportion, but you see further into it. And you're going to see further into it now that you've done this cycle, because it actually made you spiritually strong, because your connection is stronger. Every time you go through this cycle and succeed and please your gods, your ancestors, your spirit guides, you level up. It's like a video game. At least for this person. All right, so it says the magic. Lynx magic can be utilized when you need to keep a secret or stop gossiping. It is the perfect magic to weave when you are making a vow to yourself or another. A magic that is wild in its nature but focused in its intent. Ensure you are clear with your intentions up front. Yes, so that's why the Lynx is connected to this reading, because your connection, the goddess coming out. There are gonna be many times where you either have to say something or you don't, or you shouldn't say something. So maybe at this point with this new journey, so that you don't screw up the new journey or make it on a path you don't want it to be, it would probably be wise to call upon the Lynx when you're hearing information or seeing information that doesn't seem quite right. Sometimes, like it said, it's better to just be quiet. And I kind of get that vibe from, like, you're on a different level than most of the people around you, even your loved ones. And it seems as though, like, they support you, but not in a way that you hoped for when it comes to, like, your spirituality and your new path that you're on and what you see and all that. So it might be wise to call upon the Lynx when there's something you feel you want to share, but you're not sure if you should. Or maybe it's something that you feel that you shouldn't share, but you're not sure if you should. Oh, that's a lot of shoulds. You're not sure if you should be sharing or if it's supposed to be kept a secret. Maybe it would just be better to call upon the Lynx, and then if you're inclined to share, you share. If you are inclined to not share, then you don't share. So it's not a bad thing at all. It's a very powerful card. I'm trying to feel out. I mean, these books are so descriptive, so I'm trying to make it as quickly as I can, but yeah, it keeps talking about, like, the value of secrets. So this work that you have been thinking about and been off and on putting time into up until your gestational period, perhaps that's something that just needs to be kept quiet until you figure it out. you're definitely guaranteed with the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and the Star that whatever you put your energy into, you are more than likely guaranteed to succeed as long as you choose the right course of action. Like the Ten of Swords comes up, and it could easily turn around as a warning as well that, you know, you need to be mindful of your actions, because your actions are going to portray to higher powers what your intent is. And the Lynx is basically all about that. Your intent, like the secrets you hold, what are your intentions for that? You know, is it has to be genuine, it has to be for the better. And hello. And yeah, so that's it. I don't know, I get a really good feeling. Can you stop, please? This is a really good reading. A really, really good reading. It's very wholesome, very heart fulfilling. You've been through some crap, and I mean, who hasn't? That's always the story with all of us. We all have a past. We all have skeletons in our closet. But at the present moment, you've been going through a cycle. And that cycle, you've come out, like I said, level up. You've come out better. You've come out stronger. You've come out with more clarification of your own life and life as we know it right now. So with that comes responsibility. And that's why your actions need to play a big part in this, and they need to be genuine. And the Lynx needs to come in when you feel it is necessary, whether or not to speak about it. What? So I hope this helps whoever needed to hear this. This is a really, really good reading. I could just keep saying that. It's just very, very wholesome. It feels very good. It feels less weight, a lot less weight. So it's good. And I'm going to go. But thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. And look a little bit more into the Lynx and see what else you could find. Maybe, I feel as if the secret, it's kind of like it's telling me that, like, your work, you have to put the work in. So look into the Lynx, and I feel that you'll get a little bit more direction of what to use the Lynx for. It's a secret. I'm not meant to really know what it's for each individual. Can you stop, please? So do your research, look into the Lynx a little bit more, and see what you can find. And Goddess Demeter came out, so that's a big powerhouse right there. Fertility, femininity. So peace out, guys.